Hello everyone and welcome. Today we're diving into a really interesting setup that uses Azure Service Bus queues to streamline the processing of dental claims, specifically those flagged for potential fraud.
That sounds like a vital system, especially with the need to identify fraudulent claims quickly. How does this all tie together?
The core idea is that dental claims are initially created on an external system. Once generated, they are then passed onto an Azure Service Bus queue. From there, a North52 formula kicks in, picks up the messages and creates the necessary claim and detailed claim records inside Dataverse, and then flags them for manual review. It's a crucial part of a broader automated claims processing system.
So the service bus acts as a kind of waiting room for the claims, and North52 formula is what processes them?
Precisely. Let's break this down, starting with how the Azure Service Bus queue is set up. First, you configure the service bus in the Azure portal. The key here is that we're using the shared access policies to get the root manage shared access key. This grants the necessary authorization to send, manage, and listen to the service bus. Once that's set, we can create this specific queue. In our example here, we're using the fraud review queue.
And how do claims actually get onto this queue?
That's a great question. For testing, we can manually put messages onto the queue using something like the Azure Service Bus Explorer. We format these messages as a JSON object. This JSON includes critical information like the claim ID, a patient identifier, and an array of procedures that are part of the claim. This array includes details like the procedure ID and the date it was performed.
Okay, so claims are on the queue as JSON. Now, how does North52 read them and do its magic?
That's where the North52 formula comes in. We've set up a formula of type client-side calculation. This allows us to invoke it directly from a ribbon command, in this case the fraud review button. This ribbon command is configured on the claims list view using North52 quick ribbon, making it super easy for an agent to trigger the processing. When the command is clicked, it activates our formula called claim potential fraud review.
So an agent just clicks on a button and the system processes the next claim in the queue. What exactly does the North52 formula do behind the scenes?
So it's a multi-step process designed for efficiency. First, the formula will peek at the queue to check if there are any messages waiting. If there aren't any, it simply exits and alerts the user that nothing was found. If there is a message, it proceeds. Since the message is in JSON, the first step is to parse the relevant information from it.
And then it starts creating the records.
Exactly. Using the parsed data, the formula creates the main claim record. It pulls information not just from the received JSON, but also by looking up additional details within Dataverse to augment the initial claim data. After that, it loops through each procedure listed in the JSON and creates individual claim detail records associating them each with the newly created master claim.
So it builds out the entire claim structure within Dataverse. What happens after all the records are created?
So once all the processing is complete, the master claim and the claim detail records are created, the formula then removes the message from the Azure Service Bus queue. This prevents the message from being processed more than once. Finally, and this is a great user experience touch, it automatically opens the newly created claim record for the end user. This allows them to immediately begin their manual review for potential fraud without having to actually search for the record.
That sounds incredibly efficient. So this system effectively automates the initial intake and record creation for the specific claims, then presents them directly to the agent for review. It really cuts down on manual data entry and ensures quick follow-up on potentially fraudulent activity.
Absolutely. It's a prime example of how integrating Azure services with North52 formulas can create a powerful and automated process, significantly improving operational efficiency and fraud detection capabilities.
Thanks for that really clear explanation. It really highlights the benefits of this automated approach.
You're welcome. And if you or any of our viewers should have any questions, please visit support@north52.com.